80 years of wisdom for those in your 50s. Don't miss this. Life is a long journey filled with challenges and opportunities, and as the years go by, we learn invaluable lessons that time brings. When we are young, we often focus solely on achieving goals, chasing success, and seeking immediate desires. But as we enter adulthood and sometimes old age, we realize that life is not just about the destination, it's about the journey. Every moment, every decision, and every mistake is an irreplaceable lesson. At this point, I am 80 years old, reflecting on the long road of my life, and I want to share with you the lessons I have learned. These are the lessons I wish I had understood more clearly when I was in my 50s. These lessons not only helped me live healthily but also allowed me to maintain peace and happiness throughout my life's journey. These pieces of advice are not just theoretical, they are practical lessons, valuable experiences I've gained over time. And if you are in your 50s, I hope these insights will help you prepare for the years ahead with meaning and fulfillment. Let's begin the journey to explore these important lessons, because life waits for no one. 1. Learning how to be bored without distraction. In today's world, we live in a constant state of distraction. Our phones, work, and social interactions keep us constantly engaged, leaving little room for peace or quiet. Looking back on my life, I realized that the absence of stillness created a world full of unnecessary noise, preventing me from finding those moments of true rest. I used to think success was tied to constant activity, always working, meeting new people, taking calls, and staying busy. But over the years, I've learned that success doesn't always come with hustle. True restoration and creativity come from stillness, from embracing moments of boredom without external intervention. This boredom isn't negative. In fact, it's essential. It's a space where our minds can recover. When there's nothing to do, our brains are free to process information, create, and find clarity. Learning how to enjoy these quiet moments, to simply sit and do nothing, allows us to reconnect with ourselves. In a world that constantly pushes us to work and entertain ourselves, we often forget the power of silence. But when you embrace boredom, you'll discover that it's not a waste of time, it's a valuable opportunity for self-exploration and healing. Imagine sitting alone in a cafe, no phone, no book, nothing to do. You simply sit there, observing the world around you. As people chat around you, you feel a sense of peace in the quiet. Rather than feeling bored, you experience calm, a moment where you connect with yourself. Creative people often need these moments of stillness to create their best work. Great ideas typically come when we do nothing, just sit quietly, reflect, and let the mind wander. The process of learning to be bored might feel strange at first, but once you get used to it, you'll find that life becomes lighter and more enjoyable. Learning to embrace boredom without distraction is a powerful tool for reconnecting with yourself and the world around you. It's not about wasting time, but about growth and healing. When you learn to appreciate silence, you'll find creativity, peace, and self-awareness. Let boredom become a tool that helps you live more fully and mindfully. 2. Cut out energy drainers. As we go through life, we inevitably encounter people who drain our energy. These individuals, whether friends, family, or colleagues, often bring negativity, complaints, or drama into our lives. It's not that they are bad people, but their presence can slowly sap our strength and peace. In my younger years, I didn't recognize the importance of choosing the right people to spend my time with. I thought being supportive meant tolerating people who took more than they gave. But as I grew older, I learned that my energy is precious. I must be ruthless about who I allow into my life. Cutting out these energy vampires isn't about being cruel, it's about protecting my mental and emotional well-being. By distancing myself from those who drain me, I create space for positive, life-affirming relationships that nurture me. The less I care about people's opinions, the more peaceful and focused I become. I once had a friend who constantly complained about everything: her job, her relationships, the world in general. At first, I listened out of a sense of duty, but over time, I noticed how exhausted and drained I felt after spending time with her. It was a constant negative cycle. I eventually realized that I was giving away my energy, and in return, I wasn't getting anything positive. So, I made the difficult decision to step back. It wasn't easy, but it was the best choice for my well-being. Since then, I've surrounded myself with people who inspire, support, and energize me, and my life has become much more peaceful. It's essential to recognize when someone's presence in your life is costing you more than you're receiving. Cutting ties with energy drainers is an act of self-respect. It allows you to focus on relationships that contribute to your growth and happiness. Protect your peace, and you'll find that life becomes much more fulfilling and lighthearted. 3. Worrying is wasted energy. Worry is one of the most useless habits we have. It drains our energy, clouds our judgment, and adds stress to our lives without ever solving a single problem. I spent many years worrying about things that never happened or situations that were beyond my control. When I reflect on those years, I realize that worry didn't change a single outcome, it only kept me stuck in fear and anxiety. Over time, I learned that worrying doesn't make a problem go away, and it doesn't make us stronger or more prepared. It only steals our peace and keeps us from taking action. As I grew older, I started to shift my mindset. Rather than worrying, I focused on the things I could control and took proactive steps to address my concerns. The more I let go of worry, the more I realized that most of what we fear is not as catastrophic as we imagine. Several years ago, I faced a serious health scare. Initially, I was overwhelmed with worry about the diagnosis, the potential treatments, and the worst-case scenarios. But after a while, I realized that worrying was only making me more anxious. Instead, I chose to focus on finding solutions. I researched my options, sought second opinions, and trusted my doctors. Worrying didn't change the outcome, but taking action gave me control over the situation and brought me peace of mind. Worrying is wasted energy that could be used for productive action. As you age, learning to release unnecessary worries will bring peace and clarity to your life. Focus on what you can control, and let go of the rest. Life becomes far more manageable when we stop wasting time on things we can't change. 4. Sleep is the best legal performance-enhancing drug. When we are younger, we often push ourselves to the limit, thinking that the more we work or the less we sleep, the more we'll accomplish. However, as I got older, I realized that sleep is the most underrated performance-enhancing tool we have. Proper sleep doesn't just make us feel rested, it's essential for our mental, physical, and emotional health. Sleep impacts everything from our cognitive function to our immune system and even our emotional resilience. In my younger years, I took sleep for granted, often sacrificing it for late-night work or socializing. But over time, I came to understand that rest is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Adequate sleep is the foundation of a productive and healthy life. Without it, our bodies and minds don't function optimally. And when we are well rested, we have the energy and clarity to make better decisions, solve problems, and approach life with a positive attitude. I used to stay up late working, thinking I could catch up on sleep later. But I quickly found that the more I neglected my sleep, the harder it became to focus and perform well the next day. It wasn't until I made sleep a priority, getting 7 to 8 hours every night, that I started noticing the difference. I felt sharper, more energized, and more capable of handling the challenges of daily life. I learned that sleep isn't something you can make up for. It's a continuous process that you need to take seriously. Sleep is not a waste of time, it's the most important investment you can make in your health and performance. Prioritize rest and make sleep a cornerstone of your self-care routine. The more you value sleep, the more you'll realize its incredible impact on your overall well-being. 5. Exercise is the most underutilized antidepressant. When it comes to improving mood, most people think of therapy or medication. But in my experience, exercise is one of the most effective and underrated ways to boost mental health. Physical activity is a natural antidepressant. It releases endorphins, improves circulation, and reduces stress. Yet, it's often overlooked in favor of other methods. In my younger years, I didn't prioritize exercise as much as I should have, and I paid the price. As I got older, I learned that staying active is not just about fitness, it's about maintaining mental and emotional well-being. Exercise doesn't have to be intense. It can be as simple as a brisk walk, yoga, or dancing to your favorite music. What matters is consistency. The more you move, the more you improve your mental resilience. It's a simple but powerful tool for enhancing your mood and overall quality of life. A few years ago, I was going through a difficult time emotionally and mentally. I found myself feeling down more often, unable to shake off negative thoughts. One day, I decided to take a 30-minute walk outside. I didn't expect much, but by the end of it, I felt clearer, more energized, and less burdened by my worries. That small walk became a regular part of my routine, and over time, I noticed a significant improvement in my mood. Exercise, even in small doses, was helping me feel better, mentally and physically. Exercise is one of the most effective ways to combat depression, anxiety, and stress. It doesn't have to be intense, but regular physical activity can significantly improve your mood and quality of life. Make it a part of your routine and experience the mental benefits that come with taking care of your body. These sections expand the lessons with personal insights, examples, and conclusions. The approach is designed to be engaging, thoughtful, and practical, guiding viewers to reflect on their own lives while delivering valuable life advice. 6. Choose your partner wisely. Choosing the right life partner is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. The person you decide to spend your life with will shape your future in ways you can't even begin to imagine. It's easy to be swept up in attraction, chemistry, and the excitement of a new relationship. But as we grow older, we realize that true compatibility goes much deeper than physical appearance or initial chemistry. It's about values, shared goals, and mutual respect. When I was younger, I focused on superficial aspects like looks or social status, believing that they were the keys to a successful relationship. However, as time passed, I learned that the most important qualities in a partner are kindness, loyalty, emotional intelligence, and the ability to communicate openly. A partner who aligns with your values and supports your dreams will help you weather life's storms, while someone who doesn't share those core values can make every challenge feel even harder. I have a close friend who married for looks and wealth. At first, everything seemed perfect: extravagant vacations, a glamorous lifestyle. But over time, they discovered that they had different life goals. The relationship, despite its surface-level perks, became increasingly strained. Now, they are both unhappy, stuck in a marriage that no longer brings joy. On the other hand, I've seen friends who chose partners based on shared values and mutual respect, and those relationships have stood the test of time. When it comes to choosing a partner, prioritize what truly matters: shared values, respect, and emotional compatibility. While attraction is important, it's the deeper connection that will sustain your relationship through the years. Choose wisely, as this decision will shape the course of your life. 7. Invest in yourself. Investing in yourself is the best investment you can ever make. Whether it's acquiring new skills, improving your health, or expanding your knowledge, the return on investment is immeasurable. I can't stress enough how important it is to constantly grow and evolve, both personally and professionally. Throughout my life, I've seen the benefits of continually investing in myself. It's not always about money; sometimes it's about time, effort, and energy. When I was younger, I didn't fully appreciate the value of education and self-improvement. I focused too much on external achievements, not realizing that the most important asset I have is myself. Learning new skills, improving my mindset, and taking care of my health have helped me live a more fulfilling life. Whether it's taking up a new hobby, reading, or attending workshops, the more you invest in yourself, the more equipped you are to handle life's challenges and achieve your goals. A few years ago, I decided to invest in a personal development course. At first, I hesitated, thinking it was an unnecessary expense. But after completing the course, I realized how much it had expanded my perspective and helped me improve my communication skills and decision-making. I now see investing in myself as a non-negotiable part of my routine, whether it's through books, courses, or even spending time with mentors who inspire me. Never stop investing in yourself. The more you invest in your growth, the more you will gain in every aspect of your life, personally, professionally, and emotionally. The best return on investment is one that's made in yourself. 8. Embrace discomfort for growth. Growth doesn't come from comfort. It comes from pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, facing challenges, and embracing discomfort. As humans, we tend to avoid discomfort at all costs, seeking the path of least resistance. But I've learned that the most meaningful growth happens when we challenge ourselves and step into the unknown. Whether it's learning something new, facing a fear, or making a major life change, it's the moments of discomfort that offer the greatest rewards. When I was younger, I often avoided situations that made me uncomfortable, thinking I wasn't ready or capable. But over time, I realized that discomfort is a sign that I'm growing. Each time I stepped outside my comfort zone, I emerged stronger, wiser, and more confident. Now, I actively seek discomfort, knowing that it's the gateway to becoming the best version of myself. I remember when I decided to move to a new city for work. It was a huge leap, leaving behind everything familiar, including my friends and family. I was anxious and uncertain, but I knew it was the right step. That discomfort eventually led to new opportunities, personal growth, and a sense of independence I never imagined. Looking back, I'm grateful I embraced that discomfort, because it changed my life for the better. Embrace discomfort, because it's the catalyst for growth. The more you challenge yourself, the more you learn about your strength and resilience. Growth is never easy, but it's always worth it. Seek out discomfort, and you'll discover new levels of success and fulfillment. 9. Save and build financial security. Financial security is crucial for peace of mind. I cannot stress enough the importance of saving and managing your money wisely, especially as you age. It's easy to think that there's always time to save later, but the earlier you start, the better prepared you will be for the future. Saving is not just about accumulating wealth, it's about creating a sense of stability that allows you to enjoy life without the constant worry of money. In my younger years, I didn't always prioritize saving, thinking I had plenty of time to build my nest egg. But as I grew older, I realized how important it is to save at least 10% of your income, regardless of your circumstances. This simple habit creates a financial cushion that can help you weather any storm. The more you save and invest wisely, the more secure you'll feel in the future. When I first started working, I didn't think much about saving. But after a few years, I started putting away a small portion of my income every month, no matter how tight things got. Over time, I realized that this habit gave me the freedom to make choices without worrying about money. Whether it was taking a vacation or taking time off to rest, knowing I had financial security made all the difference. Start saving as early as possible. It doesn't matter how small the amount is, what matters is the habit. Financial security gives you the freedom to live your life on your own terms, without constantly worrying about money. Start building your future today. 10. Learn to let go of the past. Letting go of the past is one of the most liberating things you can do. We all have experiences, regrets, and moments we wished we could change, but holding on to them only prevents us from moving forward. As I grew older, I realized that the past does not define me, and I don't need to carry its weight anymore. Letting go of old grudges, mistakes, and disappointments frees up space for new experiences and growth. The ability to forgive, especially yourself, is a key to emotional freedom. I've found that when I let go of the past, I feel lighter, more at peace, and more open to the future. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting, it means choosing to move on without letting past hurts dictate your present and future. There was a time when I was holding on to a bitter grudge against a former business partner. For years, I let that anger affect my decisions, my relationships, and my peace of mind. One day, I realized that holding on to that bitterness was only hurting me, not the other person. I chose to forgive, and in doing so, I freed myself from the weight of that anger. Since then, my life has felt much more peaceful, and my relationships have improved. Letting go of the past is one of the most powerful ways to live freely. Forgiveness, whether towards others or yourself, creates space for happiness, growth, and peace. Don't let the past hold you back. Embrace the future with open arms. Life is never easy, But if you know how to embrace the lessons time teaches you, every day becomes an opportunity to grow, love, and understand yourself more deeply. Over the years, I have learned that life is not a race but a journey filled with opportunities and challenges, and the steady steps you take will ultimately lead you to your destination. What truly matters is not what you achieve, but what you learn along the way. Remember, no matter what age you are, every decision you make today will shape your future. Live a life free of regret, not just because you reached your goals, but because you lived true to your values. And finally, I want to leave you with an important message: never rush. Life will unfold at its own pace. Live each moment fully, because every day is a precious gift that allows you to create meaningful experiences. If you found these life lessons helpful, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss out on future videos filled with valuable insights on life, health, and personal growth. Together, we will continue exploring new lessons, inspirational stories, and methods to live a healthier and happier life. Hit that subscribe button and join me on a journey to discover more about life's wisdom.